Good question. For the empathy, how to stop being enmeshed, thinking others' emotions are our own. I should elaborate. Ivo starts out explaining how we sense the energy of others, and then goes on to explain when we're enmeshing our energies with others and mistaking it as our own mood. Me, I know a few ways it works for me, but everyone senses energy differently. Ivo, they do. You are visual. When you see a picture of another or have them standing in front of you, you can read them. Without the visual image, it is difficult for you to understand the frequency of the other person. What in effect you are doing, my love, as you are not aware, is reading their aura and cross-checking it with energetic impressions you are receiving through the light body. This is why you are visual. Visuals read energetic colors and sense frequencies although their physical eyes may not yet see them. Clairvisual, clairsentient. Other people may be non-visual. They may be able to sense others' energy from across the world just by focusing in on them, clairsentient. This is of course, possible because we are all one. They are sensing through the collective energetic field for groups, or for individuals they are sensing their personal energy by focusing in on that. You are an exception in the matter of non-physical beings who are around you. You can sense particularly malevolent ones without seeing them around you, clairsentient. However, it is a question of your being clear-headed. If you are busy with mind chatter and thinking a lot, you will be focused using the other side of your brain, which does not sense anything and is focused on your physical world. It is also a question of where your focus lies. Sharon has dealt with negativity all her life and is well versed in sensing negative energy as a result. She can readily pick out that which differs from her own. She loves that which aligns more with her own. Me, is it possible that there are people who can use both sets of senses at the same time? What I mean is to have the third eye functioning as well as the other two at the same time. Ivo, yes, they are very advanced and not that common on your world. Although they do exist. You must understand what you tend to default to. Rate your normal mood on a scale of 1 to 10. Know your default state. Understand the moods you tend to have. Also understand that as you do your personal work, these default moods will change. With the case of Sharon again, she will come across people on Earth and sometimes get a feeling of ugh, as she does not like their frequency. It is her first impression of someone. At times the ego will override, and this is what you must all look out for. Sharon understands she finds a particular type of man attractive. They remind me of Ivo and I believe they were part of my waking up process, and she will instantaneously like men with longer hair because of this. This is a personal preference and she must be aware, as she has not been through the years, that her preferences override her ability to sense their energy. Also, your intellectual beliefs can override your intuitive senses. If you have been brought up to be nice, you will override your initial reaction to someone who is nasty and then end up experiencing a problem because you ignored your senses. Me, yup. If they have guitars it helps too. But that's probably social conditioning. Robert Plant was the closest. Ivo, yes, and their tight clothing also helped to remind you of the galactics you left behind. I kid you not. Me, yeah, bring back the 60s. Ivo, the other point I wish to make is that you must also understand that when you sense energy, there are different ways of relaying that to the lower mind, the mental mind. The lower mind prevails within the physical plane and determines your next course of action. In the case where it is aligned with higher mind, sensing energy is easier and decision-making is easier as well. So, impressions need to be made on the lower mind. These can come in the form of gut feelings. Some feel sick to their stomach, for example, or queasy, when sensing negative energy. Some, on the other hand, feel emotion in order to register what they sense with their lower mind, and this is what Sharon does. Although she has felt queasy, she does not tend to feel it in her stomach. She will respond emotionally to negative energy by reacting, in fact taking it on and having a negative reaction, and this will always be a negative reaction to a negative person. This does not mean she is negative. It means she senses negativity and registers it as an emotion. An example would be her habit of saying, ugh, when she crosses a person whose frequency she does not like. It must register with the mental mind somehow, and again, this is different to all and personal. Me, now, what about sensing the emotions of others? How do we do that? Ivo, this is a process of understanding your personality and what you tend to have problems with. Of course, the personality is part of the matrix, as your lower mind is enmeshed with low-frequency signals that make you believe it is you doing the thinking. Me, yes. Ivo, it is best to understand that all low-vibrational moods are not you at all. You are a being of love. Your lower mind tricks you into believing otherwise. However, understand what tends to upset you. Sharon is impatient, for example. She is not one to happily stand in grocery line UPS, but she realizes that when she is in a better mood she has less problem with that. All must understand their triggers. Understand what makes you angry. Understand what closes your heart. Understand what makes you happy. It is self-mastery. Mastery of the self leads one to be able to determine when you are behaving out of character for yourself, and this is often due to the influence of others' energies, be they near you, or not. Understand you can also be energetically influenced by unseen entities. Yes. Me, my camera picks them up. I've seen them all around me. Ivo, also, understand who makes you unhappy. This is very important. Whose company do you not enjoy? When you understand whose company you don't enjoy, you must search to find the reason. And that reason may be that they are an energy vampire, seeking you out when their mood is low. Or that they will project their low energetic moods onto you. Yes, this is possible. People can psychically attack another person as if saying, "Here's my bad mood, deal with it." Yes, it is possible. If another makes you uncomfortable or unhappy in any way, you must be cautious of dealing with them. Shielding then becomes important. Shield your energy from their energetic intrusion. It is best to keep one's chakras as clear as possible and monitor your moods. That way you know when your energetic field is being influenced by another. Also, cord cutting is important for good energetic maintenance. If you have not cut cords regularly, these energetic ties will be picking up the energy of all the people you have interacted with since the last time you cut cords. This can lower your mood as well. Yes, you are corded to the grocery clerk who checked your purchases last Tuesday if you do not cut cords. Me, yes. Ivo, but for sensing emotions of others, it is best to know yourself thoroughly. Know your shadow thoroughly. Watch for sudden changes of mood. When you speak to someone and then find yourself in a lower mood upon ending the conversation, you have given energy to someone who has taken yours and replaced your good energy with their bad energy. And as I said, watch for people you consistently feel bad around. If they make you feel bad, then why have them around you? This can also happen by dealing with people electronically as well. They do not need to be present. For those who came here to transmute, exchanging positive energy for others' negative energy is a way of life and will often create a depressive if not understood. That is how you are raising the energetic field of the collective, by transmuting the negative energy of all you come across. You are also doing this through grounding to the earth and picking up energies through the earth's grid. It is unavoidable. This task is important because otherwise, people would be in a far worse condition than they are now, and the collective would be at the mercy of dark agenda to cull the herd. The lightworkers' sacrifice of their own state of mind has helped the collective. It is best to learn to transmute negative energies quickly and learn to open one's heart and buoy your mood again. To become proficient at this, you must understand that it is always happening, and look for a drop in mood or an elevation in mood upon interacting with others. That is step number 1. Clearing your own energy field regularly and cutting cords is also important. Understanding your own moods and what tends to set you off is important as well. Also, looking for sudden changes in mood, or upon prolonged interaction with another, a steady drop in mood. Me, or sometimes they just tell you, "I always feel so much better when I'm talking to you." It makes interacting with others very difficult because you find you don't like many people when you always have to clear up the energetic garbage they're not dealing with. You also become avoidant for the sake of preserving your sanity. Ivo, yes, my love. You must understand as an empathy and a transmuter that it is going on constantly. You are always transmuting negative energies. Understand as well that when you think about another person you are connected to them. This is also an interaction because physicality does not matter. You are energetic beings. So when you think of someone, you will connect with them and begin to transmute their mood if such is required. Me, wonderful. Ivo, it is a wonderful ability, but in a very low density setting it can be depressing. And I know you've struggled with that. Me, yes. Ivo, it is good to look at the upside. You can read a person and then determine who you wish to deal with and who you do not wish to. You have the foresight that so many others do not. Me, I have intellectual foresight as well. Experience has taught me who to avoid. Ivo, yes. So you are a strong sensor of energies with a strong understanding of human nature. Me, so I guess one thing that empaths want to know is, are they going to go to 5D if they're always being bogged down by others' negative energy? Ivo, of course. But for the empathy they have the additional task of understanding their gift and utilizing it for the greater good. Me, it's not what you've got, it's how you use it. Of course. Ivo, yes. For those of you who are empaths who only related to life on an intellectual level, it is now a steep learning curve for you to change the way you relate to life. You must see it energetically, not intellectually. Understanding this energetic gift, being able to sense energy, is a question of knowing yourself, knowing your defaults, keeping your energy field clean and watching for untriggered drops in moods. That is the short answer. Me, so what's the long answer? Ivo, there are many things you can be corded to. You can be corded to concepts, you can be corded to past lives, you can be corded to people from past lives which would require your continuing to enact that past life to a conclusion now, you can be corded to other dimensional beings, you can also be corded to your own personal reptilian, yes, who will do this in order to keep you on an energetic leash, so to speak. Me, diabolical, as usual. I've probably had the reptilian handler, haven't I? Ivo, you did, and you fought him during your dark night of the soul, and you won. Me, oh yeah, that's why AA Michael showed up. I was literally battling my demons. Ivo, my love, you are also corded to the concept of overeating. Me, who? Me? Ivo, very funny. You are. You are in a repetitive loop. All you need do is break the loop. Cut your cord to it. Me, it'll record. Ivo, break it again. You have done this time and time again, and it is easier when your energy rises, as in the summertime when there is sunshine and you frequently sunbathe. In winter it is more difficult because the drop in energy from the lack of sun makes you look for energetic sources elsewhere. So you fall back in old patterns. Old loops. Patterns are loops, my love, and loops can be broken. They are, in a sense, like spells. You understand that it is entirely possible to change your lower mind, your personality, because life is an alchemical process and transmutation is part of that, so is cutting yourself off from undesirable energies. Me, why haven't you told me this before? Ivo, you were not ready. I can only tell you what you are ready to hear, the next steps. Me, oh yeah, has to do with my frequency. Ivo, correct.